and died. The man accused of killing her pleaded not guilty and allegedly told detectives he did not remember the attack because he was drinking.
Fox 5's Michelle Ross is live in downtown Brooklyn with the details right out of the courtroom. Michelle, what's the very latest?
Bianca, this arraignment lasted less than 5 minutes, with Sebastian Zapata entering a not guilty plea on both murder and arson charges. And the Brooklyn DA saying today also that the illegal immigrant from Guatemala was most recently living in a homeless shelter in East New York here in Brooklyn. Now, prosecutors say that he lit 57-year-old Debrina Kawam on fire last month while she was sleeping on a stopped F train at the Stillwell Avenue station in Coney Island. She was a New Jersey native but was homeless. Zapata is an illegal immigrant from Guatemala who was deported in 2018, and it's unknown when he returned to the United States. They say Zapata confirmed he was the man in surveillance images, but also said he drinks a lot of alcohol and did not remember what happened. They also allege he fanned the flames with a shirt and sat on a bench on the platform and watched her die. Clergy leaders were in the courtroom today.
What was going through her mind was, this is a murderer. This is somebody that belongs under the jail. This is somebody that needed some type of support but didn't give it. He belongs in jail. But is jail the right thing for him to have without having the support of the city, of services that the mayor and the governor are supposed to be able to provide? That's the question to be asked.
They also say that the family is asking for privacy right now, but there is a memorial that they encourage the public to go to. That will be on Sunday at
station in the Bronx where an MTA worker was stabbed today. Kendall.
Hey, good evening, Stephen Teresa. The broader story here is just about every day this week, there's been some type of major crime on the rails or a new development in a major crime on the rails, and today is no different. Now, police report an MTA worker was stabbed in the armpit here at the Pelham Parkway subway station this morning around 6 o'clock. This happened after some sort of argument took place, while the details and nature of that argument remain unknown by authorities. But the MTA employee was taken to a nearby hospital where at last check, they were reported in stable condition. Now, police report the suspect is between 50 and 60 years old with a beard, last seen in all black clothes, still on the loose. Now, yesterday in Hell's Kitchen, two men stabbed each other surrounding some type of fight around 2 in the morning. Police reported the stabbing at West 49th Street and 8th Avenue, where one man was stabbed in the hand and the other was stabbed in the stomach. Both were taken to area hospitals in stable condition while charges are still pending. And on Tuesday, just the day before, police charged a 23-year-old man after randomly pushing a victim onto the subway tracks in Chelsea. Around 1:30 that afternoon at the 18th Street station, police say Kamal Hawkins shoved a man onto the subway tracks just before he was struck by a number 1 train. Now, that victim was rushed to the Bellevue Hospital in critical but stable condition. Meanwhile, police charged Hawkins with second-degree attempted murder and assault. Now, it's worth noting Tuesday was the same day police identified the woman burned to death on the F train in Coney Island. This happened, sparking nationwide outrage on Sunday before Christmas. And we now know the murder victim was 57-year-old Debrina Kawam, a Jersey resident. She was burned to death, according to police, by 33-year-old Guatemalan migrant Sebastian Zapata Khalil. Now, prosecutors say he's facing charges including first-degree murder, 3 counts of second-degree murder and arson, and strap hangers are sharing their concern amid the latest string of violence on the rails.
There's always something. Someone's always angry. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just always violence.
I've seen a lot of news recently, like on things that have been happening around here. Like somebody's pushed in the subway, a lady was set on fire. So it is kind of scary, like having to keep an eye peeled, especially walking around with her. So that is something I've been trying to be aware of throughout the time. It is scary.
Now, to put those concerns in proper context, between 2019 and last year, 2024, felony assaults are up 65% on the rails, and those numbers specifically in 2019, there were 374 felony assaults. Last year, there were 579.
Hello. Welcome to episode 2019 of Just My Opinion. And this one I'm entitling Subway Dangers. due to the recent uptick in violence on the New York City subways and railways. New York City commuters are on edge due to multiple subway stabbings happening in the recent weeks. The MTA said felony assaults on the railroads are up 65% from 2019 to 2024. In 2019, there was a total of 374 felony assaults and as many as 579 in 2024. So you can clearly see there has been an increase in felony assaults over the years. With multiple stabbings, even a person being burnt, set on fire, and dying in the recent weeks. Which highlights the violence that commuters have faced. You even have the unfortunate death of Mr. Tyree Nichols. On the New York subways. You have had shootings, stabbings, and other events. Which has New York City commuters on edge, and it highlights and shows the need for police officers and security measures being taken so everyone can feel safe, everyone can feel comfortable using the railroad system, the buses and the trains to get around. Pardon me. There has been several incidents within the last week. Bronx subway stabbing. MTA employee was stabbed Thursday morning inside Pelham Parkway subway station in the Bronx. Police officers said the worker was stabbed in the armpits around 6:10 a.m. after arguing with an unknown individual. That's just one incident. One. The Hell Kitchen stabbing. Two men stabbed each other in a dispute surrounding some type of dispute in Hell's Kitchen Wednesday morning at 2 a.m. Police officials report the stabbings at West 49th Street and 8th Avenue was one man was stabbed in his hand and the other was stabbed in his stomach. Chelsea Sub. Police said suspect who's been arrested after a man pushed into the subway tracks near Chelsea on Tuesday afternoon. According to police, the suspect, 23-year-old Kamal Hawkins, has been charged with second-degree attempted murder and assault. A woman was set on fire on the New York subway. A woman was burned to death on the F train to Brooklyn last week has been identified as 57-year-old Sabrina Kwan, a resident of Town Rivers, New Jersey. These are some of the incidents that have happened on the railroads and the subways of MTA. It is crying out for a step up in police presence and security measures to make everyone feel safe as possible. I know that the New York City transit is one of the largest, it's a massive, the most spacious systems. It's one of the biggest systems in the world. So there's going to be a lot of ground to cover, a lot of space to be covered to try to secure the system as much as possible. Maybe they don't have enough police officers to cover properly. The transit system, and also have police to be on the streets to fight crime. But there's definitely has to be a more robust and substantial security measures taken to make everyone feel safe. You getting people unalive and people being assaulted and things of that nature. You have to do what you have to do to make it better. You have to. These people are paying the money to get back and forth to work, school. You shouldn't get on the subway. Go on a train and feel as though your life is in danger. You shouldn't. These are facts. You should never do that. You should be able to travel in peace, pay your money, and come and go as you please. MTA, if you have to hire your own security, your own police force to patrol and to watch over that, if you got to get guardian angels down there, anything to supplement the lack of police presence on the railroads and on the subways and things of that nature, do what's possibly best. Do what you have to do to make the railroad safe for everyone. Enjoyment. God bless the person that was unalive. God bless Mr. Nichols. I think his case, justice wasn't shown. This is, whew. When you look at the numbers, you look at the substantial uptick in violence upon the railways, you have to take measures to bring those numbers down and to protect the people that patronize and ride the New York transit system. Thanks, like, share, and subscribe. Shout outs to all my supporters. I appreciate everything you ever did. Every view, every like, every comment, every sub. Appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to my man Abu Saeed Amin. He does the music for outros and intros and beats for my podcast. Anybody want to get in touch with him? Abu Saeed Amin, Facebook, Instagram. Thanks. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, I want to give a heartfelt rest in peace to my pop, Lester Lee Langhorne. Rest well, Pops.